It's mini maintenance, not Monday. And you know what? This is actually a mini one because we're going to be doing a massive maintenance. Soon we're going to Rome. Not yet though. I'm just going to be doing my nails, my lashes, my brows and washing my hair, which technically is just like an every other day thing. So anyways, I committed to growing my own nails out, my own hair out, actually everything. I committed to growing everything out, even my armpit hair at the moment. Okay, I know TMI, but that's going to be part of the next mini maintenance. See, I told you it's going to be massive. Why would that even be TMI actually? Yes, I grew my armpit hair out. It wasn't on purpose. I just forgot to shave it, okay? And it grew back very, very quickly, and now there's just hair there. I also haven't shaved my legs in a very long time, but the legs on my hair look, I've had a long day. The hair on my legs is very, very thin and sparse, and it's very light as well, so it kind of is like peach fuzz vibes, so I don't really feel the need to shave it anyways. Right, I need to stop rambling on about hair and actually let you know that, right, I've grown my nails out and I'm really, really proud of them, and I think I'm going to keep them at this length though, even though I do want to grow them out a little bit longer, but I feel like that would be really difficult making actual press on orders, because it gets to a certain length where I'm like, now I'm actually struggling to do nail art. And for Rome, I am actually going to do a little bit of a deeper base and then like a very light French tip. I'm so excited, but obviously to go under press-ons, because yes, I'm making press-ons for each individual day, but that's in a couple of weeks, so that's something we need to worry about in a couple of weeks, actually maybe a week and a half. Now I added my night routine because this UK brow and UK lash serum I actually use all the time, so it's technically part of my mini maintenance, but every single day. And I'm going to be one of those people that tells you, yes, this works, this literally works. I'm going to do a separate video on the brows and lashes. However, I know that it definitely works for the lashes. The brows, however, maybe it's placebo, maybe it's just because I let my natural brows grow out and now they're thicker, but I have noticed that my brows are growing out in the specific areas where I'm adding the serum, so maybe it's giving it a little bit of a little bit of help, and I'll take it, because that grow out phase, that was not for the week. It literally, you know, when you look like you need to pluck your eyebrows because they're like little short hairs and they're not long enough to form a brow yet. I hated it. And I know a lot of you are confused about why I even cut it short, but because I was going to grow my hair out. Well, look, things change, okay? Next thing you know, tomorrow I might be bleached blonde to the scalp. No, okay, that's a little bit too far. But, you know, I'm really feeling these brows. Like, I really like how I've grown them out. I'm really, really happy with the thickness of them. I feel like the lashes that I'm going to put on today, actually, you're going to see in just a second, they really complement the brows, because big lashes, big brows, I don't know, something about it's just yuck. I believe these are the full volume from Tatti Lashes, but I am going to be using the Woshare Bond and Seal, because that Bond and Seal, basically Tatti Lashes Bond and Seal is still really, really good, and that is my like original OG. However, it takes much longer to dry, so not dry essentially, to get tacky, but the Bond and Seal from Woshare, that's tacky instantly, which I prefer because I like to just put my lash on instantly. Also, I haven't done a really thick bold brow like this in a lash like this in a while, so I think it felt a little bit different. Something felt like off, and then I realized it was actually the placement of them, because the second eye always turns out the best. Look at it. So yes, I redid the first time, and I also fanned them out a little bit, because I found that when they were how they were originally, they just looked a little bit like square. This is it for today, but next time we're going to be doing brows, lashes, teeth, shaving, everything, and of course nails. So